And then what is super important about this entire experience as you're going about building it is the upsell. And I cannot overstate the importance of the upsell, but the upsell is kind of how you gently introduce your customers to the products that you have and you pitch them a little bit, right? Like, why is it worth spending their hard-earned money on what you have conceptualized here? And upsell messages, they vary, right? You don't want to do like hard sells where you're like, hey, buy now, buy, right? They have to be a little softer and more nuanced. And because this is a voice-first paradigm, we can't make the fixtures for upselling permanent on like a UI. So you have to really think at what points of this conversation, what points of the experience, can we insert a gentle nudge, and you don't want to go overboard with it either, right? Like, I know some of the experiences that I've seen that I enjoy the most are ones that kind of track how many times a customer has been back, and offer an upsell message that changes a little bit based on that.
So on upselling, this is probably the hardest thing for voice designers to figure out.
Definitely.
And it's understandable because normally if you have like a mobile app or a web page, you put a button up in the corner and it's like value, right? And there's like a shiny thing and you're like value. And you're doing your normal day-to-day thing. You can click it whenever you want to, or you can have an interstitial or something like that. And there's no passive affordance in voice. It is all straight on through you. And so you're right, you have to be very careful about it. I think that most skill builders aren't aggressive enough with their upsells. And I agree with you that you shouldn't just be like, buy the thing. Because then you're like, I'm out. Too much friction for my motive. Like, remember if you go back to the fog behavior model, there's too much friction for an unknown value, right?
Right.
So I think this is another place where people should spend extra time. Like, however many, like when you're designing your skill and thinking about it, double the amount of time you're going to allocate towards thinking about your upsells.